Here's some more of the rational exponents review problems, and this is letter E we're on. Hopefully you've already tried these, so we're just checking them. So we have 16 to the 6th to the 1/4. Well, I don't want to take 16 times 16 times 16 and then find the fourth root of whatever that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as 16, and then I'll just multiply. Remember, when we have an expression raised to the power of a power, we just multiply the exponents. So we have 1/4 of 6, which is 6 over 4. 1/4 times 6 is 6 over 4, so that should be easy. Now we can reduce that, which makes it a little bit easier. So that's going to equal 16 to the 3 over 2, 3/2 power. And then remember, we want to root first, so we'll rewrite this as 16 to the 1/2 cubed. All right? And what's the square root of 16? 1/2 power square root, so that's 4. So that's 4 cubed. And 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64, so it ends up being 64. Okay? That wasn't too bad, so letter F. X to the 1/3 times x to the 2/3. And remember, when we are multiplying expressions with exponents, we just add the exponents. So this would be the same thing as x to the 2/3, x to the 1/3, pardon me, 1/3, plus 2/3 power. So when you're multiplying expressions with exponents, you just add the exponents. And 1/3 plus 2/3 is 3/3, so that's going to be x to the 3/3, which is just x to the first power, which is just x. Okay, let's try letter G. It's going to be 9 over 4. And this is all going to be to the 3/2 power. Now this one, there is a couple ways to do this. So I'll do this, first of all, separate this. So I'll say 9 to the 3/2 all over 4 to the 3/2. And we use this rule over here. We talked about a over b to the n is the same thing as a to the n over b to the n. So we're just raising each of these. And then we can root first, so it'll be 9 to the 1/2 cubed. Remember, 3 times 1/2 is 3/2. All over 4 to the 1/2 cubed. And the square root of 9 is 3, so 3 cubed. And the square root of 4 is 2, so 2 cubed. And 3 cubed, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, over 8. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Now another way you could do this is you could write it like this. And you could put this to the 1/2, and then you could cube that. Because I could take the square root of 9/4, because that's just going to be the square root of 9 over the square root of 4, which would be 3 over 2. See, 3 over 2 times 3 over 2 is 9 over 4. So we could write it like that. And that would be cubed. And then we would just cube each of these. So 3 cubed is 27. And 2 cubed is 8. Or 3/2 times 3/2 times 3/2 is 27 over 8. So you could do it like that also. So that might be a shorter way. So you can do that when the exponents are positive. Okay, and the last one I think I'll have time for right now, then we'll do the last four, so the last of the 4, H. Second set of 4 would be 81 to the negative 3 over 4. And the first thing we want to do is take care of this negative exponent. So we do that by moving the whole thing to the bottom part of the fraction. This is like 81, it's a negative 3/4 over 1. So I'll put 1 over that. And 81 to the 3/4. So we got to really handle the negative sign first. And then we can write this as 1 over. And I can write 81, and I'll root first to the 1/4 cubed. And remember, 3 times 1/4 is 3/4. So that's to the 1/4. I hope you can see that. That's 81 to the 1/4 power. Okay? And what's the fourth root of 81? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81, so that's just going to be 3. So this is going to be 1 over 3, and there's my cubed. Okay? And what's 3 cubed? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, so it ends up being 1 over 27. Okay? So I hope that all makes sense.